Hey everybody, it's Maggie from Personal Euphoria with today's plank story. So if you don't want to plank, then today you'll do some rib cage isolations. So you're just sitting there, gonna slide your ribs side to side like a typewriter, and then you can do a circular motion from your ribs and reverse it, and just kind of play with getting the ribs to move and initiate movement without the hips moving too. All right, so today's plank story is in honor of my grandma because she'll be turning 97 on Monday, and we're going to be celebrating her this weekend. So I thought some stories about her. Now, if you've taken my classes, you've heard a lot of these stories over the years and probably multiple times. One of my favorites is years ago, I asked her and my grandfather what piece of technology changed their life the most. My grandpa said TV, which was kind of on the list of things I thought might be the case. And my grandma's wasn't even on my radar. She said hot running water. And I now, almost every time I turn on hot running water, appreciate it and try not to take that for granted. There's also a great story of her and her sister. They grew up in Waterbury. It was like during the war, and they were walking. And I don't remember which one was which in this story, but their underwear went and was falling down, and one said to the other, my underwear just went, and the other just took her by the arm and said, just keep walking, and the underwear fell, and they stepped right out of it because they were wearing a dress and just continued walking and left the underwear. Now, that is not the only my underwear just fell off in public story my family has. And I had presumed it was like an elastic issue and they couldn't get elastic during the war. And then my grandmother said, no, they were buttons and the buttons would go. So not only can you appreciate having hot water, you can be grateful your underwear doesn't have buttons. So she also, if you have my book, you know this, my grandmother had polio at age 9. She was taken to the hospital and strapped to a board to completely immobilize her arms and legs for 6 months. And when she got out of the hospital, the doctor said that she would never walk again. But she's 97 and she lives alone. I mean, with the help, my aunt and uncle are upstairs and my mom stops by. She has a lot of support and help, but she's still living alone and she's walking. Not as much as she used to, but she attributes her health and longevity in part to walking 3 miles a day for decades. And then I think too, so many good memories with her. One that comes to mind is that my mother never let us have sugary cereal, which now I appreciate, but at the time I didn't. And when I went to visit Grandma always had tricks, so that was exciting. And I think too of the song she would sing me to put me to bed, which was not the traditional Rockabye Baby or anything like that. She would sing one of 3 songs that I remember. I'm gonna wash that man right out of my hair. I'm gonna sit right down and write myself a letter and make believe it came from you. That, and then another one about fish that went like boom bottom choo, boom bottom choo. I don't really remember it, so I'm going to ask her and we'll see if she remembers it this weekend. But anyway, I feel like those songs kind of maybe date her a little bit, but I love them. So anyway, those are some stories about my grandma who will be turning 97. I hope you have a wonderful day and keep moving, because I do think it is one of the best ways to make it to 97 and still be healthy.